Spider-Man the new animated series was weird. It was very disorienting because I remember when it aired, I went to MTV. I don't know why, because I normally didn't watch MTV. I guess I was probably flipping through the channels and then I found the series, and I was so caught off guard, and it was quickly obvious that it was pretty much trying to follow up after the events of the 2002 film. Now, naturally, this ended up never being canon to the movies or anything like that, but you had Peter starting his relationship with Mary Jane, you had Harry having a vendetta against Spider-Man for the death of his father. I mean, the essentials were all there. Not to mention Peter was going to college. And it felt very reminiscent of the 90s animated Spider-Man cartoon because Peter was going to college. And this would really be the last time in animated form we really saw Peter going to college, because after this point, they just kind of bumped him back to high school and he never got out of high school. But, I mean, it was pretty fun. It had an adult edge to it. I mean, MTV, of course. You had a love triangle with this new character called Indira Daimonji. She was a lot more outgoing and forceful, trying to get Peter, whereas with Mary Jane, it was a lot more reserved to a certain degree. Mary Jane still had an interest in Spider-Man, not knowing it was Peter. As time goes on, Harry, starts to lighten up to Spider-Man a little bit, and that's really what tells you that it's non-canon, especially considering where Harry goes in the second movie. You had the introductions of villains like the Lizard, Kraven, and Electro. The Lizard was it had a little bit of a wonky design, and honestly, you could say that for pretty much all the villains. The way Max Dillon's origin played out was super sad. Like, it was really more tragic than anything else, and that's honestly a direction that the various different adaptations of Electro have been going in. Aside from just making him a crook, they take it in a more tragic direction, and as far as I know, this was the first instance of that I'd seen. And Kraven was just kind of alright for the most part. He was a good challenge to Spidey. I just don't remember too much about him. It just didn't interest me on a deeper level, I guess you could say. And honestly, that's kind of the series in a nutshell. It was interesting to a degree, but it only got so far. I mean, you could only go so far with 13 episodes, but it was a real attempt to tell a solid story, and I do appreciate that. And I have to admit, they had a lot of chutzpah in trying to make a completely CGI animated series. But I think this one was always kind of doomed to fail to a certain degree. Even nowadays, I see CG animated series running into the same kind of problem this series originally had, but they're starting to kind of branch out of it. So, I mean, I can't see it ever returning because, I mean, we already have a Spider-Man animated series, and Marvel Animation doesn't tend to return to series like that, or else we would have gotten more spectacular Spider-Man. I mean, it was a product of its time. It was decent enough, but it's one that is more of just a, hey, did you know this exists kind of situation, rather than a, you need to go out and watch this immediately. It's a must-see. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How did you feel about the new animated series of Spider-Man? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Were you able to get past the character designs? Let me know all that good stuff. And if you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.